Sorry. Sorry. Right. I don't. Well, I didn't know that was possible. Hello, everyone. Basic Ollie here. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to yet another episode of This Week on iRacing. Now, before we get things underway, I just want to say a massive thank you to anybody who watched the Basic 24 this weekend, drove in the Basic 24 this weekend, and especially those who donated this weekend as well. We managed to raise over £12,000 for our chosen charity for this year. One that is very close to a BRT member's heart. And yeah, it was just a really good event, lots of fun, and fingers crossed next year's goes just as well, and we get as many drivers and we raise as much money as we did this year, and who knows, maybe even more. But with that being said, let's move on to what races we have this week on iRacing. So we're into week 5 already of this season. Feels like it's going very quick this season, I have to say. Now, there is another 24-hour. I know, another 24-hour, but like I said, like I've been saying all season, it's 24-hour season this season, so you'll have to bear with me on this one. But we're not going to start with 24. We're going to start with IMSA this weekend, or this week, I should say. Now, we're going to go to Algarve this week. So the IMSA Open, Fixed, and the Endurance Series, so the 2-hour and 40-minute races, they are going to Algarve. Now, when it comes to Algarve, I find it's either really hot or freezing cold. But for some reason, I'm wrong. And it's just in the middle this time. So track temperature-wise, you're looking at about mid-30 degrees Celsius. Now, that's in the Open. In the Fixed and the Endurance Series, there is a quite good chance of rain. So I reckon with the cloud coverage, I think it's going to be a little bit cooler than that, even if it doesn't rain. So I reckon you're going to be sneaking into the 20 degrees Celsius, I reckon. I reckon you can drop below 30. Now, I do believe the in-game start time, I think I've got it as 10:30 or 1:30 p.m. is what I've got it for. And the Fixed IMSA and the Endurance version of IMSA this week are 34. Well, it has a 34% chance of rain. So yeah, like I said, just keep an eye on the sky for that one. But yeah, I'm not really sure how participation levels do here. Whenever we race here, it doesn't seem to do particularly well, which is I find odd, because lots of people wanted Algarve as a track to be added. We got it added to iRacing, and then it's just not kind of just kicked on. It's just been a little bit numb. It's not really, got that popularity of, I'm not saying it deserves to be like Spa or Le Mans or anything like that, but I don't know, something just a little bit more popular. But we'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong this week. We'll see. But that is IMSA for this week. Do enjoy it. Like I said, just keep an eye on the sky for the rain. Endurance as well. That's going to fluctuate a little bit with the track temperature and the fact, there's a 34% chance of rain. But yeah, not too shabby. IMSA won't be the most popular this week, but yeah, if you are not a fan of Algarve, just get through this week, because next week, oh boy, you're going to look forward to it. Okay, let's talk about a 24-hour that is happening this weekend. Now, interestingly, I can't do the usual thing, which is to run like a test session or a test race in the background through the official series page. And it's something I always do when I'm covering a series. But I can't do it for the Creventic Endurance Series, which is what I was going to cover today, which I will still cover, just without the AI in the background. But I can't do it because of the changes of how many cars are allowed in a session. And it says AI sessions can only have a maximum of 16 different car types. And at the moment, if you go on the Creventic Endurance Series, I believe the series can run more than 16. I think it's got 17 at the moment, I think. So it won't let me run the race in the background against the AI. So I can't technically run against the AI. Yes, I could filter through all the cars and run it myself, but that could be a real pain in the bum, to be honest with you. I was hoping that I could just click on this and it let me edit it, but no, it is grayed out. So I unfortunately can't do that for you, but we'll talk about the race anyways. So it is the Creventic Endurance Series. Now, this series is usually 12 hours in length, but this is going to be a special event as such, shall we say. And this is going to be a 24-hour race. Now, they've never done this before on iRacing. Creventic Endurance Series always is 12 hours. It's always been that way. But this season, they're going to trial a 24-hour race, and we'll see how we get on. Now, the track for this is Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, and no, it's not the god-awful final chicane version. This is the much better, faster flowing version of Catalunya. It's a classic layout, well, historic, shall we say. Now, what's interesting about this series is that it is a mix of GT3s, GT4s, and Porsche Cup cars. They used to have TCRs, but they did get rid of those. Now, there is also a 18% chance of rain, but if you kind of just expand it a little bit here, so it kind of covers the whole thing, it's not, I mean, the chance of rain at the start is very minimal, 3%, and as we get to the end of the race here, it goes to a max of 19%, but I don't think you need to worry about that at all. Yeah, you start at 12 p.m. And then the chance of rain at 12 p.m. is when it starts to increase, and even then it doesn't really go above 20%. So chance of rain in this is low, and I don't really think you're going to see rain either. Obviously, that can be wrong. Of course, it can, but yeah, it is very, very unlikely, it feels like. So yeah, 18% chance of rain, but even if it does, it will be right at the end. So I don't think it's anything you particularly have to worry about. Now, time slots for this are 2 p.m. BST and 2 a.m. BST, both on the Saturdays. So you'll have to convert those to whatever your time allocation or slot is, or whatever you want to call it, wherever you are in the world. But yes, 24-hour race. I'm hoping for good participation levels. The track doesn't get the love it kind of deserves. I think it's much better in sim than it is in real life, shall we say. So yeah, hopefully participation levels are decent. GT3s are going to be in it, so it will be popular, and GT4s, so they're really popping right now as well. So hopefully there'll be several splits, and I'm looking to take part in this weekend as well, so hopefully I shall see you there. And if you do take part in it, best of luck. Okay then, up next, let's talk about the GT3, shall we? So as always, let's talk about the Open, the Fixed, and the Endurance Series. Now, we know they all follow each other, but the track they are going to this week is the Indianapolis Road Course, okay? Quite popular at the moment, I would say, because of the IMSA 6-hour that happened a few weeks ago. Now, I actually think this is quite a good track. Now, I would personally prefer it if the last part of the track was changed to the faster flowing outside part of the circuit, so it uses more of the oval part of the track, but that's just my opinion. I think quite a few others share that opinion as well. But anyways, yeah, GT3s, they're going to the Indy Road Course. There is no rain to worry about in any of the series, so Open, Fixed, and the Endurance Series. It starts quite early in the morning as well. I think it's at 8:55 or 9:55 a.m. So it's an early start. Now, it is kind of getting to that time where the track temperature starts to rise around that time, but every time I've loaded into the sim, the track temperatures have been quite cool. So I think you're going to be low 20 degrees for this. I don't think you need to worry about it too much. It's not going to get too hot. Now, if you're doing the 3-hour version of this, yes, track temperature will change, and you're going to get to about 1 p.m. in game. So you're kind of going to reach its peak, but still, because I think the track temperature is as low as it is at 5 to 10 in the morning, I think you're going to be okay. I don't think you're going to reach 30 degrees track temperature or less. Could be wrong, but from my initial first impressions, I don't think you'll need to worry about that too much. But yeah, it's Indy Road Course, quite popular at the moment. I think participation levels for this will be good. It's GT3s, so it's going to be decent regardless, but I think this track's going to be okay. Nice to mix up a little bit, do something different. Had Barcelona last week, got the Indy Road Course this week. It's something a little bit different, you know, not kind of just following the most popular tracks, shall we say. And yeah, I think this will go down pretty well with the community, I think. Anyways, yeah, let's move on to the next series, shall we? Okay, up next we have the LMP3s and the GT4s. We have the Falcon Sports Car Challenge, which is a multi-class version of those two, the LMP3 Fixed and the GT4 Fixed. Now, all of those series are heading to the Nordschleife. Now, it is literally just the Nordschleife, so it's not the Nürburgring GP part of it as well. So turn 1 and turn 2, it's going to be very tight. That last part of the lap is going to be quite tricky. It's going to be very thin. So overtaking opportunities will be very limited through there, and there'll be lots of chaos. So if you want to avoid the carnage, maybe take it a little bit easy through there on the first lap, especially formation lap. It's going to be a bit scary. But the good news is, talking about scary things, there is no chance of rain in this one. Okay, sorry. Hang on. I've set this so it's the AI that goes around. What's going on here? Sorry. Right. I don't. Well, I didn't know that was possible. Oh, that is superb. Anyways, right. So, as I was saying, there's no chance of rain in any of the series whatsoever, but they are changed to laps instead. So I do believe the LMP3s and GT4s, those series are set to 3 laps, whilst the Falcon Sports Car Challenge, which is usually a 30-minute race, is changed to a 4-lap race. Now, the sad thing about that is that it's not really enough time to catch the GT4, so it's very much, even though it's a multi-class race, you're just with your class. The LMP3s will never catch the GT4s. It's not enough time, so you don't need to worry about that. The 2-hour version of this, however, the Falcon Sports Car Endurance series, that is going to be here this weekend. 2-hour race. That is not down to laps. That's just a 2-hour race, and you definitely will catch the GT4s in that one. So that could be quite good fun. That will be brilliant. So if you're not interested in a 24-hour this weekend and doing something a little bit different, I would seriously consider giving this a go, because this could be a lot of fun. So that's pretty much the LMP3s and GT4s. Let's move on to something else, shall we? All right, let's have a quick look at some of the other series, shall we? And let's start off, I think, with the Ferrari 296 Challenge. So you are heading off to the Bend International Circuit. Of course, it has to be the most popular layout of that track ever since it's come in. I feel like everything, every series, whenever it goes to that track, is that layout. Now, for the advanced MX-5s, you're going to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Now, again, I have said during this series that if you don't have this track, you're in a little bit of trouble, because it is pretty much everywhere at the moment. And again, this week it's being used somewhere else. So that is going to the advanced Mazda MX-5. So that's where they are heading this week. Supercar fans, you are going to go to Detroit for that one. The Production Car Challenge, where are you guys off to this week? You're going to the Nürburgring, but you're doing the GP layout by the looks of things. Yeah, you're doing the GP layout. So, yeah, you don't have to worry about the full Nordschleife for that one. The Fanatec Global Challenge, you are going to... Oh, Daytona. Okay, that's cool. That'll be interesting. I don't know. There probably has been already, but I don't know about an official series that's gone to Daytona since the change. So that'll be interesting to see how that pans out. TCRs, you are off to Laguna Seca for this week. Now, the Porsche Cup open and fixed. Where are you off to? You're going to go to Catalonia, which is good because it is the Creventic 24-hour this weekend. So I think they've done a good job, a really good job, actually. They've put the GT Sprint at Catalonia, and they've done the Porsche Cup at Catalonia as well. So people are definitely going to be able to get setups for those cars. Now, I don't know about GT4s, if they went there earlier in the season, then you should be able to get some setups for them. So, well played, iRacing. I have often said... you know, Creventic doesn't actually get series run on that track beforehand, so no one gets any prep or setups, but it seems this week, or for this 24-hour, they've actually done that, so fair play. Thank you very much for that. That's a cracking job. Asia Tour for the GT3s, you're going to go to Motegi. What about the American Tours? You're going to go to Sonoma Raceway, so the updated Sonoma Raceway. And for the Europeans out there, we are going to Zandvoort for this week. Okay, interesting. Ringmeister, always popular. Let's have a look. Oh, you've got LMP3s. Very nice. Very nice. I do love an LMP3. They are so fun to drive, if you ask me. Difficult to master with the brakes, but once you do, great fun indeed. Radicals, where are you off to? You're going to go to Algarve this week. Now, I did see IMSA Vintage. Where are you off to? You're going to Motorland Aragon, and I think, by looks of things, you're going to do the outer layer. I love this track. It deserves so much more love than it gets. Every time I race there, I really do have good fun. So, yeah, it really is underrated. GTEs, you're going to go to Sebring. I feel like you guys go to Sebring a lot. Maybe that's just me, but maybe you just did it at the end of last season. But I feel like you guys go there a lot at the moment. I really do. And I think that pretty much covers it for the sports car side of things. Let's have a quick look at the Formula cars, shall we, for this week. F3, you are off to the Red Bull Ring. Normally a popular track with the open Formula stuff. F4 fixed, where you're going. Circuit of the Americas, so you go to COTA. Then we'll have a look at the region-specific series. So the America Tour, you're going to Gilles Villeneuve for that one. The Asia version of this, you're going to go to Suzuka for this week. And then the Europeans, we are off to the Red Bull Ring as well. Super Formula Lights, where are we off to this week? Going to Hockenheim this week. That's for the Super Formula Lights. And the Indy NXT Road Series, you're going to go to Portland International Raceway this week. And then lastly, let's have a look at the oval stuff, shall we? Indy Oval, you are heading to Kentucky Speedway, the Legacy version. The trucks are going to Talladega Super Speedway. Okay, that should be pretty popular. The Cup Series also going to Talladega. I think that will be popular. I really do. I think that'll see good participation levels. Open trucks are going there as well. And the Xfinity Series is going there as well. Now, I don't follow NASCAR that much, so I assume... oh, it looks like NIS is doing it at the moment. Or is that... Yeah, that starts... it starts this week, sorry. So that actually starts this week. So you're going to go to Talladega as well. I assume NASCAR IRL is actually going there as well. You'll have to let me know in the comments as to why all the series are pretty much going there. But yeah, I would say a pretty solid week this week. There's a 24-hour to do at the weekend. IMSA's at somewhere a little bit different. Same with GT Sprint. Falcon Sports Car Challenge. That's going to Nürburgring, which I'll really look forward to. Again, something a little bit different to your usual picks. So, yeah, I think overall it's a pretty decent week. Could be a lot worse. There have been some stinkers, but I think this should be good fun. I think Ringmeister as well, LMP3s should be good. So, hopefully you enjoyed this week's episode of This Week in iRacing. As always, if you have, and you want this series to continue, please leave a like on the way out. Do subscribe if you're new around here, because it does help out the channel a lot. I know every YouTuber says it, but it is true. And I'll catch you for next week's episode. Take care. Have a good one. Ta-da.